Hello, everybody, and welcome out to Death Battle Kids. Did you start with What
I
was
always
that?
do. Hey,
Great. Anyway, hey,
that's what we
welcome,
do,
everybody.
Chad.
We have an interesting episode for y'all today. Before we get into that, hey, I'm Chad. I voice Boomstick. We've got Sam, who does a plethora of things for the show, including be on this show and run it behind the scenes.
Not to
What?
derail us instantly. So YouTube has had to push a new feature to our channel where we can stream like we are streaming to YouTube right now, but also it's pushing our same stream to the vertical format of YouTube. But it's just kind of picked up the center, so you just see all of our shoulders is all you're getting on the
Ooh,
vertical
Oh,
format.
really?
It's so good. It's
Hold
so
on.
juicy. Anyways, please continue.
There we go.
We'll do it like this.
Yeah.
Joining us
Yeah.
today, we all just get real close
Yeah.
to this. There you go.
Fuck, my
Make
tracking.
vertical
No.
work. No, it's
Oh, good.
This is great. If you're listening on audio, you might want to check out the
Sorry.
VOD on YouTube. But hey, we're also joined today by DJ, writer,
Hi.
researcher, editor extraordinaire, and then also Aaron, super producer behind the scenes that does a lot of stuff, including wrangling all of you. If you ever got anything from Kickstarter, huge thanks to Aaron. But anyway,
That was me emailing you, most likely.
yeah, and speaking of Kickstarter, this is one of the matchups that was pitched to us to be talked about on Death Battle Cast, which I've seen a lot of people in the chat being like, okay, I know Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist, but who? And that is Sophie Atelier, right? If I'm saying that right. From the Atelier Sophie franchise, which is usually like the Alchemist of the Mysterious Blank book or other things. Anyway, there's not a versus battles wiki for this character. So Aaron took on the Herculean task of researching Atelier on their own.
Is it
There's
not,
only 27 mainline games.
Is
so-
it not
Yeah,
Atelier?
no big deal.
would be-
It's so
I thought Atelier was the
the-
location and Atelier was the worker of an atelier.
There's a location?
Yes,
yes,
an
but also
atelier
in the
is
English
yeah.
localization of the game, they pronounce it Atelier. So just
Oh,
kind of
lit.
take your pick.
Okay, cool.
Atelier.
of how
Okay,
you
Atelier?
Yeah.
pronounce it.
Yes.
But yes, generally Atelier is the place. Atelier would be the person. Within the game, they actually use the word, they pronounce it Atelier, and they also use that's what they call like their alchemy cauldrons. They call them an Atelier. So it's like kind of just pick your pronunciation. It's a JRPG series, and a lot of the English pronunciations of things and the localizations are a little weird. So
All right.
I don't
cool.
think you
Well,
can technically say it wrong, I guess
All
is what
right.
I'm
Perfect.
saying.
I mean, they already said
That-
as wrong as you can, so we're in the clear.
Yeah.
Those are words Sam's been longing for. All right. Lily says, was Ben fused with the dog or something? Where is he? Ben has a lot going on right
That's
now,
messed
so
up.
we're giving him a break on cast this week. Yeah, all right. Well, let's get into this because then we also have we've got an update for Champions Island for y'all here in a little bit. So yeah, we've covered Edward a lot. I'm sure you got a general rundown, DJ. But let's hear about Sophie first.
Yeah, I want to hear about this actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people know Ed.
Yes, they do. Sophie Neuenmuller is one of the protagonists of the larger Atelier series. She is the main protagonist for the Mysterious trilogy. They call it a trilogy, even though it's 5 games. Don't worry about it. But she opens up the series wanting to become a alchemist, just like her grandmother. Takes over her grandmother's shop after she passes away. Finds as the title of the game is, a mysterious book that is a alchemy textbook that has a soul of a person trapped in it. So she goes off on a quest to help that individual in the book named Plokta, and along the way becomes a very powerful alchemist. By the end of the current game she is in, she's able to break the space-time continuum, amongst other things. So she's an interesting character.
Okay. So
okay.
Yeah,
but
I
cool.
just figured we'd open because no one knows who Sophie Neuenmuller
Yeah, so
is.
I swear to
No
God,
one
if
on
it
the
becomes
team knew
reality
who it
warping.
was. I took on
I was
took on the
praying
task.
we wouldn't.
and here we
so-
are yet again. Also, her ability with alchemy is directly proportional to how much she strongly believes in her wishes. So I also got another one of those. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. My last
Well-
one was Akko, which was just the stronger that she believes in happiness, the better of a witch she is. And I somehow got it again with Sophie.
All right. Well, there's a lot more to explore with Sophie for sure,
Mhm.
and some questions that need to be answered. But DJ, for real quick, do you want to just give us a little rundown on Edward Elric?
Yep, Edward Elric. He was once a young kid until him and his brother Alphonse performed the taboo to try to revive their dead mother by performing the sin of human transmutation.
And it
And
worked
in
great.
that's yeah, it worked out fantastically. He lost his arm, his leg, and his brother's entire body that he had to bind to a suit of armor. From there, they ended up joining the military, Central Command, in order to find a way to bring back Alphonse's body because they figured that trying to bring back their mother is a lost cause. And along the way, they end up finding out that Central Command is not what they say they are, and they've been doing experiments on human souls and trapping them into little stones called Philosopher's Stones, which Edward and Al are trying to find in order to bring back Al's body until they figure out the real plot of Central Command and they conspire a rebellion against the Führer, father, and the homunculi in order to free the country. Just a general lowdown of his entire story. Just trying to figure, coming of age story, trying to do the best, learn from their mistakes, and save a
And
country.
fight people with alchemy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the best part because alchemy is really, really cool.
Go on. What
There
are
you
some
go.
of the things that he does with this alchemy?
Okay, so the main thing with alchemy is this is just a general scientific concept you probably learned in middle school, the conservation of mass energy. So whenever there's 3 steps of alchemy, there's deconstruction, well, two main steps, but deconstruction, reconstruction. And what they're basically doing is breaking down matter atomically into energy and then transmuting that into other things. So, and whenever he claps his hand, because with the human transmutation circle, they're able to see the truth, and through that, they get in basically all the knowledge that alchemy can provide you. And with just like a clap of his finger, he can transmute anything into anything else, provided that there's enough mass energy sufficient enough to transmute, say, flesh into other different like mud or anything like that. Steel, if there's like transmuting flesh into steel, that won't work because there's not enough energy to convert into that. So it needs to be equivalent exchange. The things that you transmute must be of equal value to the things that he's giving up, which is why whenever they tried to bring back their mother, they lost pretty much everything because bringing back a human soul requires a lot of energy, and even more so than that because it's bringing back a human life. So he can create any types of objects here. Let me go through the list of things that he's created with his alchemy.
While you pull it up,
He's
it says
transmute.
another reality warper, and then I saw a bunch of people in the chat also doing that. I feel like, have you seen
It
the
keeps
like,
happening.
have you seen the
Technically?
T-shirt that's like thanks, it has pockets or whatever, and it's like nice dress or whatever. Like I feel like we need a version of that that's just like thanks, it's also a reality warper.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, sorry, go for it.
Yeah, so he's created lances, cannons, swords, daggers, giant walls. That's like his favorite thing. Walls that turn into hands, things that entrap you and snare you. He's turned coal into gold and back again. He's made boomerangs, bow and arrows. He also is an adept fighter. He has his automail arm and leg, which he's since he's been trained under Izumi Curtis, he's a master martial artist and is for being 13 years old, he like kicks everybody else's ass that isn't named Roy or Scar within this series, which is insanely impressive. He has flash bombs, and with his alchemy, he can deconstruct matter and not bring that energy back as something. Though he's a stark pacifist, he doesn't like to kill anybody or damage them too much, so he'll
Unless you
just
call
fight
him
them
short.
enough. Yeah, unless kind of, yeah.
No.
So generally speaking, he's not going to go for like the deadliest tools in his arsenal. Like he can literally like clap you and then like transmute your soul and you're dead. But those aren't
He
the
clap
options
you?
that he's. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's if we end up doing Ed again, that's got to be the pun at the end. But so we either got clapped either way. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I
Um,
I always wondered
which
if like because they talk about how much energy things require. Like if they just had like a hunk of uranium, could they like would the bringing my mom thing back been totally chill?
but
Like
then
because
would
It's an
they
it
have a
is
interesting
radioactive mom?
question
they
to
just
posit. I feel like the answer is probably yes.
they just need like matter with a lot of energy in it in like uranium, right?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
just need like if because it's mass energy, like the larger the mass is, the more energy you're going to get from transmuting it. So if he like tries to like transmute a building, that's a lot of energy to try to transmute. So he can make whatever the hell he wants with that.
But not bring his
It's
mom
just
back.
yeah, but not bring his mom back because the weight of a human life is a lot more than anything on the planet can provide.
Okay.
Except for maybe uranium.
Yeah,
That's the
maybe
rest.
uranium.
Or if you're in the Atelier universe, because then it's no real big deal. It just takes some time.
Oh really? They just bring in they got Phoenix sounds like
Yeah. So she in the first game discovers this book, has this soul trapped in it. Turns out that soul belongs to a woman named Plakta, who was a 500-year-old alchemist before she got ripped out of her body and put into the first vessel she was able to find, which was her book.
Okay, there's a
Um,
similarity.
yeah, and kind of continuing on the similarities, Sophie, to initially help her, constructs a homunculus doll body that she then transfers Plakta's soul into, that Plakta is then able to pilot with her soul inhabiting this body. And then in a game later on in the series, they actually do construct her a fully real human body and transfer her soul into that.
Okay.
And
But
it
she's
just
never
takes resource gathering and time. That's
So
it.
she's
that's what I was
never
gonna say.
dead though, right? Her soul's just trapped in something. Like that's more like
Yes.
Alphonse, right?
Yeah.
Where
So
it's
she's
like,
not
that's
brought back
Alphonse.
fully
Right,
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
dead. It's
Yeah.
not a hashtag skill issue for Ed and
Yeah,
Mel's
by
mom or
all
anything.
intents and purposes, Alphonse is dead for most of the series. It's just that his soul is bound to that suit of armor. And if the
Yes.
soul seal gets washed away, he's dead. Like he can't
Yeah.
come back.
And okay, so we know how like FMA works, right? He's got the little circles on his hands. That's why he claps them together.
Yep.
On the fly alchemy, right? That's his big thing. He's
Well,
like,
he doesn't have.
think-
Well, does he have a circle on his hand? Well,
think he
they
gets
can make transmutation
Yeah.
circles, but for Ed specifically, since he saw the truth, it gave them like the knowledge on how to perform alchemy without a transmutation circle.
Right. I
Basically,
remember, yeah.
anybody that performs the human transmutation circle gets to go see the truth, and they'll lose something really important to them, but in return, they'll be able to get basically the secrets of alchemy. Which is why Ed is so skilled, like so ridiculously skilled with alchemy, is because he saw the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how does Sophie's alchemy work?
You need an Atelier, and you need ingredients to put in it, and you need to solve a puzzle, and then you wait in game time. That's it. That's the game mechanic.
Yeah, it's because you were telling us a little bit about this. It's basically like most of the game is like go find the right ingredients, get it all together, then
Mhm.
make the potion that solves the thing, right?
Yeah,
Um,
it's a full on, like, I'd say good 70% of the game is just resource gathering, like plant material or like from defeating creatures or buying stuff in villages. And then there is the actual alchemizing process, which is puzzle solving and then waiting an in-game time. And then there's like 10% combat.
It's
okay.
fantasy alchemy versus science alchemy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very much fantasy alchemy versus science alchemy, which
I
I
got
do
a
think
hunch which
makes
one
this a
wins
fun
that.
matchup.
Well, so I think what we'd have to do here, right, is like look at the alchemical like potions and things that Sophie has made and like kind of be like what's reasonable that she has access to because like the fight wouldn't work if it's just Elric's like, let's go, sword, and then she's like, hold
Yeah.
on.
What is the
Yeah.
combat like?
It is turn-based combat. Inherently in the Sophie series, you always have like a team of other characters with you, so it's never even particularly Sophie fighting purely by herself. Which also makes it a little interesting. So it'll be like based off of speed stats that the characters have and whether you put them in an offensive or defensive position. For like the strategic turn-based element of the fight, you put everyone either in offense or defense. And it'll just go down the line based off of those speed stats. and for each character, you pick out like the move you want them to do or the item you want them to use on their turn, and the combat will just continue to rotate, basically in initiative order until it's done.
Gotcha. What does her combat look like? Is she throwing potions or like is she
Uh,
throwing
yeah, so
hands too?
she
Like
she has a staff that you're able to upgrade throughout the game, and I still find this just such a delightful element of this game. It's a magical staff, right? She
okay.
mainly uses it to physically beat the shit out of things with it. She will
Hell
just
yeah.
take her staff and just hit things over the head with it versus actually casting magic using said staff. But yeah, and then
Okay.
from like her prepared items, things that she's able to make, I think what's most prescient to kind of the combat element are things like bombs. She is also able to use alchemy to change the weather. So like she's able to like ice over a map, or like if a fire starts, she's able to put rain over the map.
Hold on.
Y-
That's pretty huge. Like how much
yeah.
how much are we talking? Like when you say a map, like it's like
So
is she
it's
covering
like
like
the
a whole
combat map. It's probably the equivalent of like a 50-foot circle most of the time.
Oh, okay. I was
So it is a
thinking like
smaller area. It's not the
Elsa
entirety of
level
the
like
world. No.
gate like across the whole map. Okay, got it. The combat area she can cause weather effects. To
If she was
happen.
able to alter the weather of her entire world, I would have opened with that and not with
No.
being a reality warper. But, you know.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, she is able to. I think the main thing in this combat would be that she's able to make bombs. She has an item that lets her like essentially use fire magic as well at will, so like throwing like little fire bombs.
Some of the
Um,
bosses
yeah.
that you fight in this game seem to be pretty fucking serious.
Big old demons. Yeah, so
yeah.
there's also an aspect that gets into it's very much kind of leans on like the fantasy alchemy type elements as well. Of there is a forbidden form of alchemy that you're not supposed to use called eradication alchemy. Um and it's kind of a like it's a moral high ground thing that you don't use it because it causes environmental damage. And this is a very like kind of cozy good guy focused game. So they're like, don't do that. We love the environment. We love plants. But you know, in the context of a death battle, if Sophie is going to take the gloves off, she could in theory, use eradication alchemy. She never uses it herself because, again, she's good egg. But the idea with the eradication alchemy, I realized I skipped a
Okay.
step. So the way that the alchemy works in this game as well is that you can hear / intuit the desires of any materials in the world to know what they would like to be. So when you do alchemy, you are
Oh.
fulfilling the wish of those
Okay.
items. And some people can hear those wishes better than others. Like there's one of her companion characters in the game. He is able to hear every single plant. Every single plant talks to him in the world and tells him what they would like to be made into. Eradication alchemy is you hear what things want to be, and then you go, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make you be this thing, which is where demons come from.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
I would like to be this. Absolutely not. You will not
Yeah.
be that.
No, I'm going to make you into a chimera monster.
Yeah.
Your
I-
kind of mini boss before getting to the actual boss in the second game is a giant dragon.
I
Okay.
Yes.
just imagine finding like a hunk of iron and it just being like, I want to fucking be a sword so I can kill people, and you're just like, I'm gonna put that in a drawer, like not that one.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
what if the
that does
material?
more or less happen in the game.
Yeah.
You will pick up iron and it'll be like, I want to be a bomb, and you're like, you got it.
Malicious materials.
Yeah.
Also, this is a little for anybody who's read the Stormlight Archive. This is a little soul casty. This is very funny. I love that. So, okay, so she generally, when she's collecting stuff, then to make these potions or whatever, she's hearing them be like, "I want to help be the thing" or whatever. Like,
It's not quite as literal for Sophie. It's more like she intuits what they want, but
oh,
other
got it. Okay.
characters can quite literally hear like what things want. So yeah, her one companion, he will run off because he hears a plant a mile that way that wants to get picked and put into a health potion.
I want to heal people. Aha, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
So there definitely is because yeah, the other kind of big aspect of the Atelier series is like everything takes in-game mechanical time to make, or even just like to travel between places. And not in all the games, so like the first two Sophie games don't have the mechanic, but in like the OG Atelier games and in some of the more recent ones, it does actually put a full in-game time limit on the game. So like in Atelier Furious, she has in-game a year. When 365 in-game days wrap, you are in post-game, no matter like where you were in the story.
That's cool.
Oh,
crazy.
Yeah.
Cool.
So certainly within putting Sophie or any Atelier character into a death battle, there is a Batman aspect of prep time and what has she happened to already have made. The post game for each of the Atelier games generally it just involves being like, you've done the story and you beat the boss. Now have fun making the most powerful bomb that you can make in the game, and things along those lines. So for her to be able to use items, it would need to be a kind of a similar, she's defeated the boss, she's had her post game, Edward shows up, and then she decides to kill him.
She decided, well, so I mean, like,
Or
you're
try
saying,
to.
like,
Yes.
her like go-to like alchemical attacks are bombs and fireballs, is what you're saying. Well, I know Ed has significant experience dealing with fire.
Yeah. So the thing is that Ed has access to all types of alchemy. Usually, when people utilize alchemy, they have like one or two types. Roy has fire alchemy. Izumi specializes within mud and mountainous alchemy. Since Ed saw the truth, he has access to all of it. So any type of object that he wants to make, he can just make it, and he doesn't need the prep time at all to do it. We haven't really emphasized on stats all that much, but the thing with alchemy is that they're literally like pouring energy into an object and deconstructing it, reconstructing it and stuff. And because of the way alchemy works within Fullmetal Alchemist, it's the conservation of mass energy. So we could calculate all of his constructs based off of the principle of E equals MC squared. And like characters fight each other with alchemy all the time, so it scales. So like stuff that he's made, a large bridge worth 1 kiloton of TNT. In the Milos movie, they made a larger bridge, which is up to 39 megatons of TNT. So like a giant nuke that he can just put on Sophie. I think that's better than any bombs that she
Are
can
all
make.
his stats bridge related?
Walls. There's also walls, massive walls. This is from the 2003 anime. Whether you want to utilize the Milos movie 2003, even though like he has RPGs for some reason, like FMA like actually had video games. If you want to utilize that, he gets like well into like 30-ish megatons of TNT, and then that's not even counting Brotherhood, where Scar like cleanses Central Command and basically like the entire country of Amestris with a cleansing alchemy with his own tectonic energy, which gets to like 50 gigatons of TNT. So I think generally speaking, Ed's going to be working with like a significant stat advantage over Sophie, at least in power. So what exactly does Sophie bring into the table in terms of raw power?
Real quick, Inadequate says, nice reality warping. Now eat this giant wall. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, specifically for Sophie, there is a fun aspect of, since it is a JRPG, you have quite literal stat blocks for everything. So it'd be more of a how do we translate that? Because it's, you know, she has HP, MP, and LP, and you kind of have to balance those. And you're able to get like certain stat boosts and items that kind of help balance out like your MP usage and things of that nature. But yeah, as far as sheer power that she like specifically is shown to exude in the game, ignoring the space-time stuff, because that yeah,
We'll get into that a little bit
she
later.
she reverse isekais herself. It's fine. But she she's able to do that kind of like weather manipulation at scale over a battlefield. She is able to make there's one of the kinds of bombs that you can make can get an aspect that it will just one hit kill what you're working with. So some amount of TNT. The numbers is generally your job.
Yep, that's my job.
Yeah, and she is able to wield fire. She is able to use. She has like some sheer force attacks. Like it's a force bubble that just hits things. That's just essentially pure energy that just hits something. Again, the math would be your job. But she has a couple of things she's able to use outside of fire as
So
well.
like a storm over like a 50-foot radius, that's like, I guess 50 foot isn't that big as far as storms are concerned. I'd be like, what, 200 to 400 tons of TNT, still significantly less than like 29 million tons, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just so close.
That last time I checked how math worked, that is how numbers go. Yeah.
It also does
Other
seem
thing I
like
could say,
a lot of the bosses are like metaphysical, like the keeper of dreams in the
yes.
reality body, like a bouncer for extra dimensionalism. Like
Basically,
it
yeah.
seems like they're real fucking big bads.
Yeah, in the second game, she gets isekai'd by the god of creation and dreams, because that god is lonely. That's literally the reason.
That do be happening to the best of us.
So
I feel
she
that.
gets pulled into a alternate reality world that is like hers but different. Things get a bit warped where they are in time. And yes, at the end, the goddess character gets corrupted by an evil force that gets introduced because you're not supposed to do reality time warping. Which you'd think that goddess would know better, but she doesn't. But she and her team are able to defeat said corrupted goddess, and then once she's kind of freed from her corruption, Sophie is able to warp back to her own plane of reality.
Okay, well, there's one stat that I really want to know about, which is going to be her height. But before we get into that, Sam's going to tell you about how you can help with your financial stats.
The height, yeah. I was trying to look for the thing to be like, well, how does she run her shop? Does she need help running her finances? Because she could get Monarch. Let me tell you about Monarch. If you want to keep your finances under control this holiday season, you need to be using Monarch. Rated Wall Street Journal's best budgeting app of 2025, Monarch is the all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean interface on your laptop or your phone. And right now, just for our listeners, that's all y'all watching, Monarch is offering you 50% off this year. There's a bunch of other stuff the thing says for me to tell you, but I'm just going to tell you my actual experience. Our producer, Austin, has used Monarch for like years now. And then when this came through, he's like, one of y'all needs to try it. And I tried it and I was like, okay, sure, whatever, I'll do it. And then it's not just like a good platform to watch your finances, which is really important in the holiday season because of spending and stuff. But it just, what the most valuable thing to me is it showed me a line of credit in my name that I didn't know existed. And then luckily it wasn't a serious problem, but like it was a mistake a bank made from when I was like 18 years ago, and they just never closed this line of credit, but it was there in like other creditors were seeing it and stuff. And I did, it helped me out to know that. And I fixed a thing that shouldn't have been there and blah, blah, blah. It was great. Like, so yeah, like it has a lot more utility than you would think. And it's super easy to use. You just kind of show up, put all your stuff in. And now it's awesome for me as well, because like we've been a part of multiple companies that had multiple different 401ks and like my kind of retirement spread out a bunch of ways. And Monarch just puts I have one number that I get to look at now. And it's super nice. I don't have to have 17 logins. I just go to Monarch. It's great. I really do. I've been loving it. It's super useful. So thank you, Monarch, for also helping me figure out my finances. And yeah, don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code DBC at monarch.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code DBC. Go check it out. It's really good. And you get to know how much money you have without having to go to like 12 different bank accounts. So try it out.
Thanks, Monarch. All right.
Thank you.
Let's answer the important stat question. Height comparison between Ed and Sophie. What are we looking at?
He's 5'6". He's like average height for like a 16-year-old. He's 5'6".
Yeah, Sophie is, I just double checked that I was remembering correctly. She's 5'1". So
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
Ed has
Ed
one.
is taller.
Yeah.
Ed gets to fight someone shorter than him for once.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't realize he's 5'6". Why do they make?
Yeah,
such
he's
a big
5'6",
deal?
but they made it like a big deal that like he's like, I'm so short. It's like you're like
No,
average
you're
height.
not.
They predicted Tinder culture. They were like, we know what it's going to be like in the future.
That's wild. Okay, cool. All right. So, Ed takes height confirmed. What about speed? Do we have
speed.
any?
So there's a couple things that you could argue for Ed. Generally speaking, there's like a couple of statements within like the novelization of Fullmetal Alchemist that like the alchemy transmutation affects speed of lightning, like it looks like lightning whenever they like clap their hands or do alchemical I was gonna say magic, but just alchemy in general. There's a couple characters within the series like Pride that can move their tendrils across the entirety of Amestris, quote, in an instant, which would be about like Mach 6,000. They've also dodged flashbangs and light expanding. In the novelizations, there's also times where they call the alchemical effects rays of light. So you would get faster than light reaction speeds from that and movement. So generally speaking, like in the high Mach, low relativistic speeds for Edward, generally speaking.
Okay. Aaron.
Sophie dodges lightning.
Okay.
That's all I've really got. It's tough when it's a turn-based JRPG.
That's true. Well, I mean, she's fighting like the gods of reality and time or something, right? So like, I don't
Yes.
know. I'm surely that
you
god.
know,
Well,
gods.
not a god of time.
Sure, okay. Just like
Time
dreams.
shenanigans happen, but the god specifically that she fights is of creation and dreams.
Ah, okay. Okay. Anything else for Sophie in terms of like how she's fighting? Because like I get like, okay, we're gonna be throwing some bombs and like, does she like change things into other things like alchemy? Like does she like turn a boss into something else or like turn an enemy into something else or like I don't know, like on the fly creates a shield or something? I know you said
Shield
the force bubble.
spells she can do. And then later on she's able to get a portable Atelier, so she's able to make things kind of out in the field, although it still does take time to make those things. But no, outside of like shoving souls into one vessel or another, which she theoretically could also do in the reverse if she wanted to, and felt like being evil. She doesn't really do like on the fly transmutation in that regard.
Okay. But so totally possible for her to potentially attack Ed's soul and like
Yeah,
instead of
in
bonding
the
it to something else, just like
Mhm.
balloon it and be like, oops, there it
yeah,
goes.
in the process of her helping Plokta get out of the book into a doll body and then out of the doll body into a human body, it does involve that she is able to pluck said soul out of the vessel that it's in. There's She never in the game does it to someone who doesn't consent to that, so I imagine there would be a discussion we had of could she just, like, pluck, like,
Snatch the
Al out of
soul.
his suit of armor or Ed out of his body, but in theory,
That's
she
another
could.
thing. In Full Metal, the main thing that people are impressed with for Ed is that he had like a really good understanding of this soul, just in general, and that's something all alchemists are able to like manipulate souls to some extent. Like Marco, like the scientist that created the Philosopher's Stone, he had like some knowledge on the soul, which is and his like imperfect soul manipulation is like what created like mass Philosopher's Stones for Central Command. But whenever they saw Ed, they're like, Ed, you're really good with this soul stuff, even from like seeing like how he bonded Al to the suit of armor, because other characters that are also bound to suit of armors, their soul binding is imperfect, while Al's is damn near perfect. Ed was also able to like transmute like his own soul. And like he lost lifespan after like getting stabbed through by rebar and he had to heal himself. So he's like, I'll just manipulate my own soul, turn myself into a living philosopher's stone. It'll take off years off my lifespan, but this is the only way I'm going to be able to get out of this situation. And he's able to do that damn near instantly. So as far as soul manipulation goes, I would say that he's probably as good, if not better, than Sophie in that regard. And again, that like because of his understanding of the truth, like he can literally just touch Sophie and like deconstruct her soul, and that'd be GG. So same thing on the other side. They
It's
cancel each
yeah,
other out.
so it's interesting that he can touch his own soul because that then would help be like a really good argument about like,
Mhm.
which is that's such a weird statement to say that he can
Yeah.
manipulate his old soul. He could probably then it's reasonable that he could like there would be a struggle there, right? I did see Sophie. So how fast does Sophie move the soul stuff? Is it like a whole really long ritual, or is it just like
It
okay,
is
it's
a
ready?
process, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, everything
Everything.
transmutation alchemy wise within the game.
I mean, yeah,
is
it's
a
kind of a
process
game
that takes in game
mechanic,
time.
right? That it's like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
takes time. Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes time to make the new vessel, takes time to do the transfer.
Okay. I love
So
that.
yes, Edward doing soul stuff near instantaneously is a leg up for Ed.
Okay. I just love how when I was looking at this fight, I was gonna be like, oh, it'll be alchemy versus alchemy, but it's looking like the stages of this fight are like fire and explosions and shields, right? For like the beginning of it and going back to back, right? And then there's gonna be a part where they just straight up throw fists versus just bashing him with the magic staff, right? Like they gotta throw hands, and then we're gonna get into a soul clash of some kind. It seems to like to figure that one out.
Yeah.
So okay, this is
She
wild.
also in the first game when she defeats the final boss, it splits the man into two different souls who have two different sets of feelings and perspective on the world. She makes two people where there was one before.
I hate when that happens.
Oh yeah, like probably
And by
the
splitting the big bad into two different people with slightly different personalities, because it was a split of his soul into two people, he realizes the error of his ways, and those two people trot off to be good people out in the world. So she does that too.
It wasn't even like I've taken your evil out of you and like this is good for him. It was just like I've just made you a little confused, and then you guys have been like, I guess we'll be good and go wander the world.
They're kind of like two bratty little kids. Like they're still kind of shitty people, but they're not world-ending shitty people.
They're just little scumbags. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They get
Just a
distracted arguing with like each other.
Okay. Well.
Essentially.
Okay. Well, there you go. We'll talk about that in just a second. But first, Bread God with $100 super chat says, "Hello, the Bread God is here, just dropping by to give DJ the I lost count bread buck, and also to drop some cool Bread God
Thank you.
lore. I also know how to do alchemy, but it has to be bread related. I don't know if that helps at all, but the short guy got my vote." Okay.
Which one?
Yeah, if you're saying that you are voting for the short guy, that would be Sophie.
Yeah, that'd be
This
Sophie.
context.
Yeah. Just bread related alchemy. Love that. Thank you, Bread God. Appreciate your support.
Thank you, Bread God.
Yeah. Okay.
I think since Sophie has like 30 games, I think it's only fair that we bring in Ed's JRPG as well.
Yeah.
The Broken Angel, and in the Broken Angel you get like equip items and stuff that'll like boost your stats, make you immune to status conditions, which will be really good against Sophie. But there are a couple things, like about 5 things that he has that are going to be really useful against Sophie regardless of what she does. So he has 3 ways to revive himself from being killed. So he has this sacred Anka, the amulet, the charm of revival. All 3 of these will revive him after he dies. He has an elixir which fully restores his health. And then he has the Glass Heart and Glass Samurai, which will turn any of his attacks into instant kills. So I remember you saying that Sophie has instant kill spells. Well, with the JRPG, Ed would also have instant kill transmutation, which works a lot faster than anything Sophie could set up given, enough time for her to prepare.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
also, I'm sure Sophie has health potions and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Like, sure.
Yeah, and some of them they will automatically like activate and heal if she or another member of the party drops to 0 HP or LP.
Okay.
Yeah, so it
also
cancels out in that
a way to
regards.
come, back
So then
from the
another
dead a little
aspect
bit.
of this fight is that they are downing each other and then immediately
Yeah,
getting
they're
back
killing
up.
each other. And they're
Yeah.
getting brought back to life.
This is interesting. All right, cool. We're gonna get into that more, but first, I know a lot of you guys have wondering about the Champion Island update, and yeah, I think we've got something ready to show you guys. So let's go
Alright.
ahead and play that.
Last time on Champions Island. The final save vote became the most intense choice yet on Champions Island. Voting time stopped as Team Boomstick made the choice to save Sakuya Izayoi. Meanwhile, Team Wiz pointed and clicked on Henry Stickmin. That meant at the dreaded vote, even internet infamy couldn't save Hatsune Miku and Slenderman from being taken out of the competition. Whoa! Talk about being insanely close. And here we are, the Final 4. Is everyone ready? Because the penultimate event of Champions Island starts now! It's time for an art exhibition! The talented members of the Champions Discord have been making artwork and trailers of our remaining contestants. Whoever wins an art category wins the final immunity. It's as simple as that. Top 3 art pieces and trailers for each character will be judged live on the Discord stage by our lovely staff. If you're not already a member, join the Champions Discord so you can get in on the fun. Date and time are on the screen now. You don't want to miss this one. More details are available on Discord and every week on Death Battle Cast, so stay tuned. Welcome one and all to Champions Island.
There you go.
Rip Miku and Slender Man.
I can't believe Miku lost.
I'm
I
sad
couldn't
about
either.
Miku, not gonna lie.
I'm
I
not
know.
surprised.
I'm just saying Miku versus Barbie would be cool. But I'm shamelessly biased because of all the Barbie research I did for that.
Yeah.
cast.
I don't even know who I want to win at this point. I think it's Geets. I think Geets.
Maybe I'm torn.
I cannot say it. I cannot say it. Well, I've already said it. I'm kind of rooting for Sakia because she's cheated death
So
like 1,000 times at
Yeah.
this point.
well, this is what I would say. Like, I can't believe how far Saki has made it. Like, we put that one on there because it's like it's a pretty beloved franchise. So we're like, oh, that'd be cool. But in my mind, I was like, she's gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
if I was taking some like gambling odds on it, I would have said Sakia was out week 1.
yeah. Same.
So the fact that Sakia is still here
She's
is
top 4.
buck wild.
Ash has surprised me as well because I saw how people said, "Oh, who's Buffy the Vampire?" So I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, the second Ash is on a pole. He's cooked." And
I-
he's been
I
going
mean-
it really far.
I think they're doing it for the meme, like of
Which is
Team Boomstick.
please don't do it for the meme. Don't do it for the meme.
Well, now that you've said that, they are
Don't do
gonna.
it for the meme.
This is
no.
how. This is
Pick
how
a
it
real
works.
one.
Do it for
No.
what? Yeah, we want the outcome of this to be a matchup y'all all really want to
Yep.
see, right? Starting with a character, and then y'all vote
Yep.
for the matchup. But like, yeah. So
I have my
please,
preferred for the characters, but at the end of the day, it's going to be whatever you guys vote in. Like, if Ash were to win this, I'd really want him to fight Herbert for Max's sake because I know Max really wants to dig into that fight. But it depends on what you guys vote.
yep. Let me hit some super chats real quick. Gilded gifted out 10 memberships and was pouring some out on the curb for Miku and Slender Man. 10 Tails, your wild 10 Tails with a $100 super chat says, sorry, Chad and Miku fans, but what's done is done. It truly is down to the last 4 for the most outstanding arts. And I'm now conflicted on who to choose between Geets, Sakia, and Henry. I'm gonna let fate play it out here. Yep. It's wild. Dude Blade gifted out. Oh, you guys were doing a bunch of stuff. Okay. Dude Blade gifted out 5 memberships. Vamilator gifted out a membership. So if you guys got memberships, say thanks to the people that gifted them to you. And now you can go check out all of the membership content that's available on the YouTube channel right now. And you can also go into your Discord and tie in your YouTube account. And then it should be like, hey, there's this Death Battle Discord. You want to join it? And you can hop in and just in time to vote.
Yep.
else is competing in the
So
art
the
stuff
thing
and then
is, voting will start tomorrow, Wednesday. You'll be voting for your top 3 pieces to represent your characters. Your roles will be locked at that point, so you just can't just like switch around and vote for everything. So tomorrow voting will start. Thursday will be the actual art show. We'll get on live on stage, look at all your amazing pieces. We'll look at more than just the top 3 pieces for each one, but those won't be the ones that will be judged. It'll be the top 3 that gets judged. This is a nice community event. I've been really loving seeing people cook. There's been people that's been making like figurines and stuff. I've been really digging like the creativity that people are putting out there.
Yeah, huge shout out to DJ and our mod team for taking on this massive thing that they came up with and seeing it through. It's been a lot of work, so huge shout out to them, and we hope you guys have been enjoying it.
Steeda asking if they can still submit tomorrow.
Oh, you can still submit tomorrow. Just voting will start tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll lock roles down at that point. So if you want to submit for more than one character, which we are allowing, then you probably won't be able to do that if you get in before voting starts. But you can still submit up until the art show because we won't lock them in until beforehand.
So submissions end when the art show starts.
Yep.
In earnest.
Michael McDonald says Geets lives and breathes badass art. He's so got this. Also Sakuya. and then gifted out 5 memberships. So thank
When
you
does
guys
submitting
so much.
end? Submitting does not end until before the art show, so it'll be a little bit before that. Voting will open up tomorrow, so you can start hearting pieces that you really like and want to see get judged. So
Yeah, and Cody says, Sam, I'll have you know, Ash can be both real and a me.
I see. I know a lot of people want Ash Dingy, and maybe I don't know enough about Ash, or Dingy, but I do feel like that's just going to be a real quick one to figure out. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, we're nearing the end of Champion Island. It's been a wild ride. So yeah,
Quite
I
the
hope you guys
journey.
have been enjoying it for sure. All right, let's hear more about this matchup. Okay, what do we? Is there anything we haven't? Any big guns we haven't dusted off yet that anyone's been holding?
the
in
big
reserve?
gun is like I'm not gonna touch this one unless Aaron decides. She says actually Sophie can manipulate the universe, and then I have to bring out my own meme argument. So I'm not gonna touch that one. Just generally speaking, I think the thesis of my argument is that Ed requires significant less setup to do his alchemy. Seeing the truth made him a lot more intelligent than Sophie just by virtue of seeing God and receiving knowledge from God. He has many ways of instantly killing people. His transmutation constructs are, at least on a journal baseline, from what I understand, a lot more powerful than Sophie by tens of thousands, if not millions of times stronger than anything that Sophie can do. And he's faster. So he can just run up to her, touch her on her shoulder, and then her soul gets evaporated into dust. And that's it.
Well, she has fought gods. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I would argue, as far as the level of intelligence based off of god interactions thing, is probably a little debatable, purely because she does fight and defeat a corrupted version of the primary goddess character, and then she also does essentially become the therapist for said goddess. So do with that what you will. Literally at the end of the series, she gives her the equivalent, like a sending stone, to be like, hey, whenever you're feeling lonely or depressed, just call me and I'll talk you down from it. So that puts her, at least her emotional intelligence, above a god.
Yeah, hey there, buddy. You feel it? Why are you feeling so angry? Like, it's
Yeah.
just gonna talk Ed down out of a rage. Like,
That probably
it'd just be like a
this
Winry
is
thing.
death battle, so we do have to get into the brutality and mortality of it all. But that would be her step one move, would be like, why are you so angry when you are taller than me? It's okay, buddy. You want me to help you make your brother like a human body? We can do that. Which I think would be a very funny setup. So it would just be her trying to help before eventually giving up and throwing a one-hit KO bomb at his face.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I wanted to hear more about. What was the wish stuff that you kind of dropped there real quick in the beginning?
Yeah, it's a real, like, mechanically, at least of the games I looked into, it doesn't come up super often, but it is pretty explicitly said within canon that um an alchemist's like power and ability with their alchemy is partially study and dedication to the craft, but also is pretty much directly proportional to how much in their heart they truly believe, like, in their wish, in their like desire as a person. So Sophie's classically is to make everyone in the world happy with alchemy, and because of that she's referred to as one of the most powerful alchemists, just because she has that fount of like her own like desire and motivation that she's able to pull on, and the stronger the wish is as proportional to the strength of an alchemist.
So it's the stronger the wish. So can she be depressed enough that it doesn't work? If Sophie is going to do therapy on Ed, can Ed do the reverse on Sophie to make her believe in what she's doing?
Anti-therapy?
Yeah, anti-therapy.
I mean, it's
I believe it's called
technically
bullying.
possible.
Yeah, he can bully.
In the second game, the force that corrupts the goddess that she has to kind of free from that corruption, that corruptive force is basically depression personified. It's kind of a Ruby Grimm situation.
Okay.
I mean, in episode, like in the first arc of Fullmetal, like he goes up to Rosa at the beginning of the series, like, God isn't real, right? Like, he sucks. Like, anything that you're believing, this is all bullshit, and you should stop believing in it. and he just like lists off like, here's the construction of a human body. He starts listing off all the ingredients. I believe this is in the 2003 anime. And Rose is like, oh man, I guess you're right. Well, she stays stringent to her beliefs until the pastor or Catholic, not even the Catholic Pope, the Pope ends up turning out to be evil and working for the homunculi, in which case she's like, you know what, maybe you are right, but I'm mad now, so I don't want to talk to you ever again, Ed.
Yeah.
So he talked her out
Yeah,
of her religion.
she's
Yeah.
had to deal with some people who do have that kind of level of like angry, depressive alchemist nerd thing, and pretty much her response every time has been like, have you thought about being a good person? Do you want to talk about it? So, all right. So I'm seeing this fight it would start with her trying to therapize Ed trying to make her depressed. Then it becomes a physical fight. Then it's a fist fight versus beating him with the staff fight.
Yeah.
Then it's a soul fight.
Yeah.
At least
So
we're
yeah,
getting
layers.
this all planned out for sure. Also,
Yeah.
thanks everybody for the super chats where they're cheering on the characters in Champion Island. I think YouTube's being a little weird again, and it's kind of behind for us. So appreciate y'all. Thanks for the super chat.
Would like the idea if they both went to some sort of like extracted soul stage, and then at that point Sophie is taller. Her soul is taller. I feel like would be
He
very
technically,
believes it's her will. Yeah.
and he's like, I
Ed
knew
did
it.
like transmute himself inside of a philosopher's stone to kill Pride, or at
Yeah.
least like defeat him. He didn't really kill Pride. He just kind of crushed him into like a little baby.
Yeah.
Oh, anime.
We all remember the Pride baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pride baby. Okay, cool. And
I did see, it's just real quickly, I did see in chat, Sophie specifically is in about, I think it's 7 or 8 of the mainline games, of which there are 27, because the other trilogies that are actually 4 or 5 games each have different protagonists. And she pops up in some of them as like a supporting character, but no, she is not in all 27 games. I would have needed
Yeah.
A lot more
quintuple
time.
the amount of time to research all of this. And I did also see someone asked earlier that she's in a Warriors type game. She is. I straight up did not have time to look into that Warriors game. So
the Warriors games are so cool.
Probably
though.
has some stuff in there. I learned that she was in a Warriors game this morning. And I also learned that a new game came out a month and a half ago on the mainline series that she's a supporting character of this morning. So I just did not have the time.
They just pop these games out like one after the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody knows anything that's relevant from that, pop it in the chat because we got a few more minutes to wrap this up. But so where does she land by the end? Because the beginning, you touched on this just a little bit, but so like at the very beginning, it's like, I have found a book with soul in it. Like, guess we have to go on our adventure and fall in love with alchemy and all that. But then by the end, like, is she like, you're talking about her willpower, but so like she's like how long of a journey, like how experienced is she now, like compared to the beginning?
She starts at, I believe, 15 with 0 experience. And as of this most recent game that came out, I believe she's meant to be 24 and is the mentor character to the main character in the newest game. So she kind of goes on the full journey. And yes, within it, she is able to figure out the secret to popping souls into newly constructed human bodies, manipulate weather, be able to teleport. She's just able to pop around through space now. And there is some time shenanigans that happen in a different game that theoretically she would also be able to utilize if she had need to do so, because she is featured in that game, so she's within that same universe.
I saw
chat's talking about gacha scaling, and then are you gonna see what King J Gamer said? Sam?
Yeah, she invented time travel.
I don't know if that y'all are being truthful or just tossing stuff out.
Doesn't that lock it in then?
Well, it's like it's time travel under very specific circumstances. Was my understanding of
I don't think she can like literally
going through the games.
Pop into another time period without like a significant amount of setup, which is the thing. She needs setup, and Ed can just run up to her and kick her in her shins, and that'd be the game.
Well, I got no dog in this race. I do think it's probably time we put a poll up.
Yep. All right, I'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Any closing arguments from y'all? DJ
Ed wins.
first.
Ed wins. He's significantly more skilled, faster, stronger, requires less stuff for his alchemy. He has all types of alchemy, and that's generally it. He has, if you composite like his RPG stuff, he has ways of being revived after death. He has status. He has ways to nullify status conditions and everything that Sophie could possibly do to him.
Sophie, with enough prep time, can make the most powerful items that are possible within the game. She has travel through space and travel through time, so she's a time lord. She, there is that question of preparation, but should she be given the amount of preparation she needs, there just kind of becomes a proportional level of things that Edward would have to defeat her with. And at the end of the day, if she ultimately decides to go evil Sophie mode and use eradication alchemy, that would about wrap up the fight.
Yeah, the eradication alchemy is interesting. I do think Ed does have a good way of, like, since he's manipulated his own soul, I feel like he could ward off the soul thing, especially because it requires a long time.
Yeah, and if we want to go the route of, like, they don't normally do this because it's not in character, but they could do it anyways. Deconstruction alchemy, and technically he would not in character would he use one, but he could use a philosopher's stone, which bypasses any sort of conservation of mass energy since it's using human souls. And he could just make whatever he wants whenever he wants and just instantly kill her that way. So, but he would never use a philosopher's stone, but there is an argument to be made there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alicorn says Sophie can warp reality. So, I mean, ish. Okay. Well, this was pretty close. And it looks like the vote's pretty close as well. So, all right. I'll give you guys just another minute or so and we'll wrap this up. But man, Aaron, thanks for taking the time.
Yeah.
Over the
Yeah.
past 3
I've
months
learned a lot. And I
through
kind of want to play these. Are these cheap?
No.
Are these-
No.
No.
27 expensive games.
Oh.
It's that very classic thing that you see in the Nintendo shop of, I'm like, why is this decade plus game still $60?
Well, you know what is
Great.
affordable.
Well, I guess I'm not playing it. I was interested and now I'm not.
There are a lot of quite good gameplay series on YouTube. That is primarily how I did my research for this.
And if you'd rather spend your money on something else, you could buy these awesome shirts and hoodies we've made.
Hey.
Look at that. I got one
Yeah.
in. Hell yeah, deathbattle.gg.
There we
Got him.
Dude, I love that design so much. I can't wait for mine to get here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be wearing it. I also need it to be cold, man. We had a day or 2 days of 60-degree weather, and now we're back in the 80s.
I would like to be
we
in the
have
hundreds
to
again.
get through false fall, and then in
Yes.
December we'll get actual fall.
Yep. Anyway, I just want to rock my beanie. Anyway, all right. Oh, y'all,
Yeah, it's very close.
it's very close. Man, we've had a lot of close ones the past few weeks.
Yeah, there's been a lot of close polls recently. I've been noticing
Yeah, for sure.
between this and
cool.
Champions Island. You guys love your
The
close
Champions
polls.
Island ones are ridiculous. It'll be thousands of votes, and it'll be 1 or 2 votes difference at the end. It's
Yeah.
crazy the margins on some of those.
King J Gamer in chat, she uses the origin of creation as a flamethrower. It's like using a big bang as a gun. I cannot believe I forgot about that. So thank you for mentioning it.
Wait, what? I was about to end the poll. Go ahead, sir. What?
She is able to take, this is part of her kind of reality manipulation, take the energy / idea / concept of the origin of creation and uses it as a flamethrower.
Okay, what the?
Where was this?
I completely forgot because there's just so much stuff I had to go through for her.
So gluttony, right?
I'll
So
give it
gluttony.
this
This is the
final minute.
So gluttony actually in the guidebooks they say that the realm inside gluttony's stomach is actually a separate dimension which you can calculate the GBE for, and they say that it's an infinite space, and they defeat gluttony. Lawn Pond what's the king's name? The Eastern King, him and Ed beat him. So there you go.
All right.
Universal power. There you go.
Yeah, but that's killing a man who has
a
dimension
I know.
inside. It's like
I said, that was like a meme argument.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wrapping it up. It was close. But Edward takes it.
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah,
deserve
there
that.
we go.
I didn't
All
deserve
right.
that, but
I feel like that creation flamethrower, origin creation flamethrower should have came out a little earlier, but you know, it's tough.
I-
Guys.
probably would have.
Legit forgot about it. She just has so much stuff across so many games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
this is fun. I learned a lot. And then also, who in chat? Nino Nerd said the Atelier games or whatever are on sale all the time. So
okay, cool.
just keep an
It's
eye
gotta
out.
In
be-
the past amount of time you're researching these games, no, they weren't.
well, it's
sure.
about to be Steam Black Friday, so
Yeah.
it'll probably be there.
Ooh,
For sure.
Black Friday. I'm gonna
Alright.
get games I'm never gonna play.
All right, well, great
yeah.
job, everybody. Thanks again, Aaron, for it. It's always rough when you have a character that doesn't have anything on a versus battle wiki spec thread. So appreciate all
It's
that.
fun.
DJ, great job as always.
Thank you.
And yeah, remember to go to the Discord and check out the Champion Island stuff. We're getting close to the end, and soon we'll know who will be fighting in 2026. So,
Ooh.
all right,
Alright.
appreciate y'all. And if you are a member, stick around because we're gonna jump into
Champion
Champion
Cast.
Cast here in just a sec.
All right.
Bye.
See you guys.